Hey everybody, it's me, Mabel Mirage, back again with another Beyblade unboxing video. Today's unboxing is probably one of my bigger unboxings. I have just gotten a big shipment of the December releases. And right now, in front of me, I have BX-23 Phoenix Wing. I have BX-24, two full sets of the Random Booster Volume 2. Because my mom surprised me with a second set. And if that wasn't enough that I have two of every bay, I also got the soft case as well in there. I'm still waiting on the entry starter drawn sword, and I just put in an order on the Bay Logger, or not Bay Logger, I'm thinking a burst, the Bay Battle Pass, so I can actually fill in that one slot in the storage case. And look out for this in a couple of weeks, maybe a few more likely, a Gold Hell's Chain. Yeah, I put in an order on a Gold Hell's Chain from the Bay Battle Pass reward. I found a really record low price on eBay recently and just had to snatch the deal while I saw it. So not only will I have Cobalt Drake in my collection, I'll also have the Gold Hell Scythe. And I'm sure you're probably wondering, how is Cobalt Drake holding up? Well, I will say it does suffer from wear and tear. I have seen from using it, as the four blades on it kind of get worn down a bit, which is probably why I've heard of people using it for defense, because it gets more rounded out. But so far, I think it still hits like a truck just due to its sheer weight and the little edge of its blades that it has. And yeah, the paint is scuffed to all hell. Yeah, this is the worst of the blades, I'd say. Yeah, this is the one that got the most rounded down, but it still just hits so hard. But yeah, I've been using this a lot over the past few days, really, and honestly, the damage isn't all that sufficient. Like, it isn't a crazy amount. I'd say this bay is actually holding up really well with the wear and tear that it's been going through from me using it. And also, I have to say, it is very good for tournament use, from what I believed. I heard of people putting it on 560 Rush, but I've actually been testing out 560 Point to go for attack versus attack, or just attack versus stamina and defense. Really, just kind of attack versus everything on point, and 560 is actually a really good combo from what I've been testing out. So good to keep that in mind. Anyway, let's get straight into opening something. And I guess for starters, I'll start with the main bay, Phoenix Wing, because why not? Oh, and one other thing. I got the red and white Stadium, exclusive to the Takara Mall. I assembled that off camera because nobody wants to sit and watch me try to put those clips in for 2 minutes. But yeah, that's the Stadium I'm going to be using today. Well, let's dive right in. Phoenix Wing 960 Gear Flat. A bay heavy enough to rival Cobalt Drake and fast enough to make Shark Edge fans cry. So yeah, 960, although it seems like an odd jump from, 5 to 9 rather than, 6 like we would have been going with the regular pattern. No, we just got 9, which is basically kind of like 3 sides in a way, the way it's shaped. But I haven't seen much talked about on if it's usable and competitive or not. But I have seen Gear Flat being really good for offense on really heavy bays like Phoenix Wing and Cobalt Drake for pure attack combos. Also, if you're wondering, the character that owns this is Burn Fujiwara, a very powerful Beyblade prodigy that managed to beat Wyvern Gale in a battle in the X Tower, where the goal is to either beat it in 30 seconds or less than 30 seconds, or survive for 30 seconds against Wyvern. And yeah, Burn and his bay Phoenix beat it in 0.98 seconds. Less than a second won. So I'm wondering if that's really overhyping this thing, or if it's mostly just this bay's heavy and they nerfed Wyvern too much, because I have seen some battles between these two online, And from the looks of it, Wyvern just is so not the best for everything. But at least the parts are cool, and I'm just glad we got another Wyvern since Burst ended. Speaking of that, I really hope one day we'll get a purple Wyvern Gale recolor as a kind of reference to Burst, because that'd be really cool. Same with a green Leon Claw, because it'd be kind of a reference to Leon from Metal Fight. Just some ideas. Yeah. Now I've talked about it. Oh, also, another thing that makes this set desirable is another recolor of the string launcher that's easier to get. And honestly, I gotta say, it was probably a smart move from Takara Tomy that they released a bay as heavy as Cobalt Drake that's easier to get, because Cobalt Drake is so powerful in tournaments that anybody that doesn't have it is kind of just screwed against somebody that has it and uses it right. So having Phoenix is actually really good, I'd say, because then it makes it a little more easy to go up against if everyone can have a bay that heavy. Not to mention, they made it beautifully painted red on the metal, which is really nice. So yeah, let's get right into this. Tape on the bottom. Let's deal with that real quick. There we go. Oh, almost lost the card with the code. That would suck. Last thing I need is for that to be shown on camera. Because I am going to try and learn to navigate that Bay Battle Pass, just for the entertainment, even if I probably won't ever be able to claim the rewards. But I already ordered both the rewards anyways online, so honestly doesn't matter. Just grabbing the Phoenix. Okay, here's Phoenix, and I grabbed the string launcher. Also, I have to say, the string launcher is no different than the black or the blue string launchers that came before it. It's the exact same, just red. So hopefully we'll get a red grip to match it soon. But if not, I could always just work with the black grip. But yeah, string launcher. Now let's open the beautiful bay. And by beautiful, I mean the bay that a bay that'll only be beautiful till I battle it. Well, I guess I'll just dive head first right into Phoenix itself. As in the blade. If this bag wasn't so tough. There we go. Oh yeah, I definitely feel this is heavy duty. I really like the shape of the blades. I have to say they're very jagged and rough. Though I feel like these main 3 points are going to be the main hitting point along with the edges of these. So that's probably going to be, yeah, this. Dang it, lost the train of thought. This is probably going to be the parts that wear down the most because they're going to get rounded out from hitting a lot. But only time will tell how bad that wear and tear is going to be. So, also I gotta say the bit in the middle is a very pretty design. Definitely well done. We got 960. It's kind of just 360, but bumpier. I'm not sure how good the burst resistance will be on 960, but I am curious to see how it performs. And maybe we'll get a 980, who knows. And lastly is Gear Flat. If you've been doing Beyblade since like Burst series, you probably remember the jaggy tip, and this is a lot similar to that. So that'll be pretty interesting. Let's get to assembling this bay. Okay, and it's also a high resistance bit, meaning it'll be hard to burst. And here it is, fully assembled. Phoenix Wing 960 gear flat. Definitely a heavy and aggressive looking attack bay. So very excited for how this performs. Now I just gotta hold up the box here, because this box is gonna be on the display shelf. Honestly, with how many Wyvern Gale boxes I have, I'm not even sure what I'm gonna do with 12 of them. Could just make the Wyvern Shrine. Just dedicate an entire shelf to Wyvern. So I do have a single layer Wyvern, B14 from 2015 still in the box. So that'll be fun. Okay. Well, that's Phoenix and its launcher. I'll get to the next phase. This is what's going to take a while, is because these are not labeled random boosters, so I will have to open all 12 in order to be able to get a full set open, pretty much, unless I get lucky and somehow don't open a single double the entire time. But the chances of that are low. Oh, I already cut these open. I forgot I cut all of these open. Oh, by the way, forgot to go over. Wyvern Gale. New stamina bay with 580 gear ball. You know how gear flat is just kind of a gear that goes all the way to the bottom of the tip? Same concept, but there's a ball there as well. Like ball, but just the gear goes all the way to the bottom as well. It's the best way to put it. And it's also much wider than ball, which is pretty interesting. I've heard it's had to be nerfed a lot because of how good it was gonna be, but after seeing it with the nerf, I think that is just an awful choice. I mean, that didn't concern them with Shark Edge. Shark Edge destroyed, it clobbers things, and is still used in tournaments for attack, and had a really low pull rate anyway, so they could have just done a similar case with Wyvern since it has a low pull rate already. Why make it so weak? But yeah, let's get into it. The other bays. The other bay is Wyvern Gale in yellow, which has 380 or 60? Wait, 60 taper. It's also a black Knight Lance with a purple character in the middle. 460 gear ball. Pretty interesting recolor from what I've heard. There's also Viper Tail, which has 560 flat, a really good combo for tournament use, if straight out of the box if you get this. Honestly, one of the better pulls, I'd say. There's Leon Claw, which has 380 high needle in all red, which is pretty cool. And personally, one of my favorite recolors at the very end is a purple Wizard Arrow with 480 gear ball. So yeah, let's get this thing open. I got 2 of all these, so I'm not sure what I'll do with 2, but very excited. Okay, I got the code card out of the way. Getting through all the, there's tape. Oh, crud. Ran into my tripod. Ooh. Yeah, I really have no way of knowing what the bay is that's in here. For all I know, this could be the Wyvern Gale, or it could just be really just anything at this point. My God, this tape. Finally, let's take a look at what the first bay is. No freaking way. First bay I open is Wyvern Gale. The GS. Awesome. Definitely a very bulky looking bay with very rounded and kind of angled blades. Honestly, I really like its design. The shape seems really cool. Not sure how it'll perform, but I like how smooth it is. Yeah, let's get into the other parts. Here's the ratchet, a beautiful green 580. Good choice, I'd say. Like, if they could have given us any repeat ratchet, 580 is probably one of the best choices. And here's the new bit, gear ball. Just a wider ball with a gear that goes all the way to the, well, basically the end of the shaft. Really cool. It is a low resistance bit. Let's assemble this thing. One thing you do have to note is the big gap between the blade and the ratchet, so you might want to stick with a ratchet that has, you know, harder to burst, or turn, I guess, or stick with a high resistance bit if you really plan to use this for, I guess, anything more than stamina and defense. So yeah, here is Wyvern Gale 580 gear ball. I really like how this looks. Really like this. So I'm gonna grab up the garbage here. Honestly, not sure how well I'll be able to salvage this box. Or rather, the cardboard that came in it. Oh, pretty well actually, not bad. Okay. Well, that's one of 2 Wyvern Gales. Awesome. Let's set the box to the side with the Phoenix Wing box and get going through these quickly. Okay, code card out the way. Second bay. There's a piece of cardboard in here to add extra weight, it appears. Okay, here's the ratchet. I can feel that's the ratchet. And you can just cut through the tape. Yeah, that was so easy. I just cut through the side of the tape. I sped this up a lot faster. Oh. Should have done that to begin with. And look, no destruction of the box. So let's get right into the second bay here. Oh, right. Oh, right on. My favorite recolor of the set. Wizard Arrow. Right on. Beautiful purple and white color choice. Definitely a bay I'm going to be using on any Wizard Arrow combos for tournaments. Especially with the purple 580 that comes on the Knight Shield and the Hell's Chain deck. That could be a good pairing. And here is the purple 480. Very nice. I love the two-tone kind of purple and lavender combo. for the bit, which is Gear Ball in purple. Very nice choice of color. Honestly, this is kind of just like a slightly upgraded Wizard Arrow stock, I'd say. I mean, if you can really consider Gear Ball an upgrade to gear, or upgrade to ball. But honestly, I really love the all purple theme. Definitely one of the better recolors in this set. Okay, so let's hold this up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I actually got a new shelf, by the way, so I'm pretty sure I can just dedicate an entire shelf to the Wyverns. Because with the one still in the box and the Wyvern Gale random booster. Also, fun fact, Wyvern, the single air Wyvern from Hasbro at least, was the first Beyblade I bought on its own. The first Beyblades I really bought was this yellow square stadium set from Hasbro that had a Storm Spriggan and Storm Spryzen and Victory Valtryek, but yeah. As well as the two weird little blue launchers that Hasbro always gave those bays at eBay. But the bay I bought directly after those was single air Wyvern for like $7 with no launcher, I think. And so because of how much I loved that, a couple of years ago, I actually bought a Takara Tomy single air Wyvern with the purple string launcher, and it was actually B14. And then sure enough, one of my favorite purple Beyblades of X, being Shark Edge, its product code was BX-00. So I always thought that was really cool, how that kind of full circled in a way. Okay, here's my next bay. Okay, got the card aside. Box there. Okay, first blade, bit, ratchet. Well, let's go straight first into the blade. Oh, blue. Oh, this is the Viper Tail recolor. Kinda crazy blue and yellow. Honestly, one of my favorite, well, yeah, I guess it's my other favorite. This has got to be the Viper Tail recolor because of just how good it looks and because of how good of a combo it is. Like, if you get this bay, you could totally run it in a tournament without changing anything about it. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could switch flat for like low flat or rush, but there's really no need. I'd say it's definitely a run right out of the box combo if you can get a hold of it. I wouldn't be surprised if this bay actually is one of the more expensive ones to buy directly off eBay, because people will sell like a specific bay from the random booster, and I wouldn't be surprised if this one is one that's more sought after. Anyway, here is 560 in a really nice two-tone of blue. Definitely one of the better looking 560 ratchets, I'd say. So let's assemble this thing. I'm just happy though, because I actually will have extra 560s, 80s, 4-side, 3, like I'll just have extra parts to use for testing out combos. Especially when I do deck format battles with my friends, it's going to be much more helpful to have those extras of those parts. Because so far I've only bought one of every bay, and you can only do so much when you have like 2 or 3 560s to work with. So this set is definitely really, just really thankful for my mom for getting me a second set. Funny story, she didn't tell me until I opened the box with all these bays in it. So I was looking through it and I was like, that's more than 6 random boosters. Did they do a mistake? Did they accidentally send me a second set? So I count them 3 times, and I just start finding more and more, and then eventually I see 12 is the number I stop getting more of at. So I run outside, I ask, or well, before I run outside, I look at the little paper that shows everything in it, in the box. Oh, this is the one I just opened. There's no way I just sat that back down. Yeah. That's what happens when I get talking, I get distracted. Okay, yeah, let's reseal this and put it with the other boxes, not the unopened ones. Okay. So yeah, I check the packing and it says 1 of every item, but then I look at the Wyvern Gale random booster and it says 2 of 2, and I'm like, what? I didn't order 2. I'm wondering, did they charge us for that? Do we need to do a return because of that? So I run outside to my mom and ask her about this, and she says, yeah, it was just a surprise. And I'm just like, hell yeah, awesome surprise. Moving on to the next bay. Okay. I will do test launches on every single bay here. This is going to be a lengthy video, but definitely going to be a fun one. It's already being a lengthy video. 27 minutes. That tape stuck to my hand. Okay, let's start. Oh, tape on my knife. There we go. Let's start out with the blade. Oh, Leon Claw in red. Let's see which way is the up. And here's the right way. Honestly, at first I thought the red would look kind of janky due to the red bit, but this is actually kind of cool. I like this. This is actually a nice red recolor, I'd say. Also, it'll go much better with the red 560 and the point on the regular Leon Claw, so you could have like a full blood red recolor, I guess. Okay. And here is the bit, high needle in red. Honestly, this is probably gonna be one of the lesser sought after ones in the set. But there is a red 380, which is cool. Even though it's kind of an odd red, more of a pink, I guess, ruby, I don't know. Definitely an odd choice when you compare it to the rest of the bay's red shades. But let's assemble this thing. Either way though, 380 is pretty good on some of the more stamina combos. So if they ever release a red ball, I could put 380 on the regular red Hell Scythe with a red ball and could make a full red stamina Hell Scythe combo. It's pretty nifty. But yeah, here is Leon Claw 380 high needle. Definitely an odd defense bay of choice. Odd defense bay to even choose, really, but I'm just glad we get recolors of some of the newer bays already, because I'm really hoping we can start getting some recolors in other random boosters of some of the newer bays, because so far we have just gotten so many wizard arrows. And I would really love if they could just substitute a wizard arrow for a Hell's Chain or a drawn dagger, or I don't even know. Maybe we could finally get a Cobalt Drake or Phoenix Wing in one of these random boosters. That'd be really cool. Another way to get Phoenix or Gear Flat or 960. Same with Cobalt Drake, just the blade. It could literally be the most trash combo ever if they release Cobalt Drake with like no paint on it or something. It would just be selling out like crazy for that random booster, I'm sure. But I'm sure that's part of why they aren't doing it yet, until something comes and trumps it in the meta. Is what I believe is going to happen. But I also got to say, when it comes to the Phoenix Wing, they released it being as heavy, or close to as heavy as Cobalt Drake. That does raise the question, how unfair of an advantage are people with both Cobalt Drake and Phoenix Wing going to have? Because although I personally haven't tested Phoenix yet, I have seen many people talking about how powerful it is. And although it can rival Cobalt Drake, what if it's paired with Cobalt Drake in your deck? Because I'm worried that's just going to be otherworldly and strong of a deck to have both. I mean, even if you only use one of them for attack, like in one for defense, that's still going to be a monster. So it's kind of scary. Okay, so far I have 4 bays open. I'm gonna go with this random, actually no, let's go with the one at the other end of this double up row. Worried I'm gonna start seeing these doubles soon. But so far I've been good. Maybe I'll be lucky and not get a single double yet, and I can just open the others off camera. But with my luck, I'm gonna get all but one, and then open every single one but the one I didn't get until the very end. That's gonna be my luck, isn't it? Cutting through the tape. There we go. Ratchet. Blade. Okay, now let's get right into this. I'll start with the blade. I believe, yep, yellow Wyvern Gale, which actually is pretty cool. I forgot it's a solid yellow, but I actually don't think this looks that bad. I think this is actually a really good choice. I mean, it is just the same yellow they used as the yellow Shark Edge in that random booster volume 1. So kind of odd they're keeping that theme of another yellow second recolor the prize bay, but maybe they'll break that trend later. Or re-release this one in a set later like they did with Shark. Because they re-released Shark in a, the Drawn Dagger set, which was a really good choice on their end. And it's also good that the Hell's Chain deck had 360 and low flat on Night Lance, meaning if you had both, you could have a Shark Edge stock. Okay, next we have yellow and orange 360. I've been waiting on a yellow and orange 360 for so long so that I could use it on so many different combos. That's part of why this one was really hyped part to be in this color for me, because it could go really good on the yellow Hell's Scythe. It could go really good to make a full yellow and orange Shark Edge recolor. So many opportunities. Because this with the yellow low flat on the yellow Shark Edge could just be an awesome like yellow recolor. So very happy about that. And now for the bit taper in yellow. Finally have a yellow taper that we can use on Hell's Scythe as well for the yellow. So you have a yellow Hell's Scythe stock. That is assuming we have a yellow 460. I don't remember, and I'm going to have to look through all my bays until I find one. Hopefully. Either that or I'm going to drive myself mad looking through every single Beyblade X bay I own. Okay, let's pack up the box here and move on to the next bay. Okay, I have 7 random boosters in front of me, which means one of these has the last bay, and I don't know which one. that is a problem. So to solve that problem is very simple. I'm just gonna peek at every single bay's code card and see, because they all reveal which number it is, so I just need to find one that says number 3. And then I'll be set. But let's assemble this bay real quick before I worry about that. So here is Wyvern Gale 360 taper. Honestly, a pretty cool choice of parts, I'd say. Though I believe it's the same combo that came on the Brown Wizard Arrow back in Random Booster Volume 1. So kinda odd that we just get a repeat combo just on Wyvern instead of Wizard Arrow. But in all honesty, I'm just happy we got another way to get Wyvern. I am searching real quick for the bay I'm thinking of. But I'm not having much luck here. And it's not worth wasting everybody's time, so yeah. Let's just speed through all these random boosters until I find one that has the 03 code. Okay, that's an 04. Yeah, so much quicker this way. Okay, that's 04, set it to the side. All I gotta do, 03. 05. Yeah, I would go through opening all of these, but there's just no need to open all 2 sets when this video is already like 40 minutes long just from opening. So yeah, it's kind of disappointing. Or not disappointing, I guess. Yeah, disappointing it's taking so long. The retention rate's gonna be super low. 3. Finally. Dang it, I'm gonna have to edit that out. Darn. Okay, well, that sucks. Actually, no it doesn't. I have 2 3s. I have 2 of these. I can just scan the other one. We're good. Let's go. Okay, honestly, this is probably one of my least favorites in this set, is the Night Lance recolor. Because although Night Lance is a nice bay, it only has so much use, really. If that makes any sense. Like, it's just such an odd bay to really use on any deck. So I'm not really sure how popular this recolor will be for anything, but hopefully it holds up well. So let's take a look. Maybe the color will throw me. Maybe it'll be beautiful. I don't know. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of black recolor bays, but oh, I stand corrected. Yeah, I see why this is a bit more popular. I twisted the bit too. Huh. That's not bad looking. Okay, I'll give him that. That's not bad. Plus, you could use this on regular flat, which comes in black on the Viper Tail random booster that came out, the short random booster. What parts does this come with, though? I think it's something 80 gearball. Yeah, 460 gearball. Oof. So close. Okay, let's take a look at this ratchet, maybe. Oh, it's almost the exact same as the 460 on said Viper Tail. The only difference is the center black is clear instead of solid black. So, that's a little disappointing, but still more black, another way to get a black one at least. And here's the black gear ball, probably a really nice recolor. I'm sure it'll have more use as we get more black bays. So let's assemble this bay real quick. And here is Night Lance 460 gear ball. Definitely a very interesting recolor to have in the collection. Honestly, I like the purple in the middle. I just wish they went for more purple on the rest of the bay. Or maybe even we could have gotten a pink bay. Like this in pink would have slapped, I'm sure. But hey, maybe later on we'll get a pink bay. I'm just remember when it was amazing that we got purple bays. I remember Burst gave us one pink bay, I believe, at least one, I remember. It was Dead Hades random booster. There was a pink Deep Chaos layer. It came with the Extend driver, I remember. Never got a hold of that bay for myself because I didn't really have a use for it. But looking back, probably would be cool to get just because like pink. But I just do not look forward to stickers anymore. Okay, well, I got one random booster open. So I'm just gonna set the rest of these aside and open the soft case real quick. The soft case is basically a storage case that holds 8 bays, 6 bits, a launcher of any kind because the indent is for this part, not the rest of it. The indent's for that. The Bay Battle Pass, and a netted section up here that you could put pretty much whatever you want in, but they just show a grip in it because that's the most logical thing to put. So yeah, I'm just gonna get right in. Honestly, this feels very good quality. Like, I mean, I knew I should have expected quality from Takara Tomy, but I did not expect this. This is nice. Holy crap. Let's open this thing up. Holy crap. And 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Ooh, this is not, wait, this holds 7 bits? This holds 7, I think. Yeah, it holds 7 bits. Wow. Oh, product code. I didn't know they even had one for this. Well, I'll keep hold of that. Okay, so this is the case. Very high quality. Let's put some bays in here in my launcher and show off how this works, I guess. So yeah, basically you just kind of put your bays into the foam here, and there's a little spot for your finger you can go to pull them out. I'm just using the Wyvern Gale random booster bays as an example because they're right in front of me. But wow. I only have enough with me to fill in 7 slots, because I'm including Phoenix. So just to throw in a little flex, I'm going to throw in my Cobalt Drake too. And of course the new Phoenix launcher. Yeah, that's pretty much how this works in the simplify. And of course the little slots for bits on the side. So I'm just going to grab these bays bits off of them. So yeah, basically, you just put in the bit by the shaft directly into the little holes, and you can fit 7 bits that way of any of them. So you don't need to remove them from the bays themselves. You can just put them in with bits and all, which is nice. But you can store extra bits. So I'm probably gonna buy some random bits online, just because, just to have them. And I did order the Bay Battle Pass that I'm going to use to fill in that hole. And of course, I'm sure you're wondering, how many bays can this thing actually fit? I mean, let's be real here. This thing shows 8 bays, but could you really fit more? Let's find out with this huge netting here. To test this theory, I'm going to put every single Beyblade, and yes, I mean every single X Beyblade, into that net, if I can. Because what am I doing with my time? Okay, I don't think you could fit every X-Bay. Just taking a second gander at this. You can definitely fit a lot, is what I'm getting at. Now, Ted, would I recommend using this to store every X-Bay? No. But if you're going to a tournament and you just want to be a little more fancy and show off the bays you're going to use or the bays you really like, then yeah, this is definitely the way to go. So I'm just going to see how many I can fit in here before it won't shut, or before it won't hold more, whichever comes first. Okay. This is getting a bit full, I see. I think I can squeeze in 2 more. Okay, one more. Okay, so out of every single X Beyblade there is, literally every single one, except for the drawn. Okay, I have every bay except for the new drawn horde and those other gold bays. So this is every single bay minus this little pile right here. So that's what, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's all but maybe, you could fit all but 12 X Beyblades of all of them if you really wanted to. So let's see, will this actually close though? That's the real question. Yes, it will. I could zip this shut. Okay, so how many X-Bays will it hold? Most of them. Most of all of them right now. And yeah, it's nice quality. Like, I would totally recommend this case. I mean, because let's be real, not many people are going to have every single X Beyblade, but you could fit most every Beyblade in here. And assuming you're just using it to transport a few for tournaments and for fun at a friend's house, then yeah, this is definitely the way to go if you just want to show off a little bit. So yeah, definitely recommend this case, I'd say. How many bays I've just crammed in here. So I'm just gonna pull all these bays back out of the case. Probably getting too many bays to fit in my regular case that I use. Just a crappy little thing I keep in my bag with me when I'm going places. I have to say, if you're a true Beyblade fan, you're gonna be fidgeting with your Beyblades a lot. That, or if you're a neurodivergent Beyblade fan like myself, I suppose. Anyway, let's get to some test launches. Okay, I'm gonna do side view. There we go. It's a good view of the stadium. Now let's do some testing with the new bays. Okay, I'm gonna be using the Phoenix launcher for this. I guess for the first bay, we're gonna work my way up from least favorite to most. So from the least, I got Night Lance, 460 gear ball, 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Okay, very smooth. I see gear ball is very calm. Let's go for a hard launch. Go shoot. I see the jagged part definitely makes Definitely makes contact with the stadium. So let's go for an angled launch. Go shoot. Yeah, definitely some interesting motion, that's for sure. Okay. Next bay I'm gonna use, let's go with the yellow wyvern. I was gonna do least to best, but in all honesty, I'm just gonna go with whatever I feel like. Go shoot. Very nice. Looks very good when spinning. Let's go for a hard launch. Go shoot. Oh, and an extreme. Let's do that again. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Very smooth. Okay. Next bay is the red Leon Claw. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Looks very nice when spinning. Okay. Next is the blue Viper Tail, really just ready to run out of the box for deck battle. Or just battle, really. Sorry. Go shoot. Very fast. Let's go again. One more launch. Harder. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Very nice. Very nice. Next, the purple Wizard Arrow. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Looks pretty good. I definitely see Gearball has some stability issues, but definitely interesting, and I'm excited to see how it performs in battle. Okay, next up we have Wyvern Gale itself. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And saving probably the most popular for last, Phoenix Wing. So here it is, the bay you've probably all been waiting for. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Dang. That is a monster. That speed. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Self-extreme. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Okay. Let's go once again. Go shoot. This bit is amazing for speed. Paired with how heavy this bait is, this thing is a monster. Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna do a battle. Let's do just Wyvern Gale versus Phoenix Wing. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Just like the anime. Go shoot! I did a weak launch. Good lord. It's just beating it. God dang. No mercy at all. That was a beatdown more than a battle. Wyvern really showed up with a knife to a gunfight here. Okay, I'm gonna do a defense bay. Let's see how that's better Leon Claw does. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Oh my god. These attacks are brutal. Oh, and a spin finish. Leon Claw takes it. Okay, let's go again. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Go shoot. And an overfinish. Man. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna remember Phoenix slaughters everything that moves. Or doesn't, really. Okay. Jesus. Wow. I think I'm gonna leave this here for now because this video is getting long. So I'm just gonna give my final thoughts. The Wyvern Gale random booster has pretty good parts, I'd say. I mean, let's take a second look. I mean, let's see. You can get 360 taper with a second chance at Wyvern Gale. You get a ready-to-run tournament combo of Viper Tail 560 flat, very good pull. You get a beautiful purple recolor of Wizard Arrow with 480 and Gearball, the prize bit, makes you that easier to get on a nice coloring too. If you're a fan of black, Night Lance is the bay for you, with a pretty much a reprint of 460 in black, but with a black gear ball, which is again another great way to get the new bit, which is not terrible. And lastly, Wyvern Gale itself, although the bay is not as strong as it could have been, it does come with 580, and there is the new Gearball bit, which I am curious to see how it performs in tournament use, or competitive at the very least. But I do love its design, and definitely a cool random booster, just for some of the pulls you can get for their good colors and their good parts. And last off, Phoenix Wing, absolute nightmare fuel of a bay. This thing will clobber anything, it seems, especially more prominent than when in person, seeing it myself rather than online. This thing clobbers everything. I am excited to battle this against Cobalt Drake. So, yeah. Oh, almost forgot. And Leon Claw. Yeah, of course. 380 High Needle. High Needle, although it's kind of easy to get a hold of because we've had it in like 2 other sets and the booster for Lance already. Kind of easy to get a hold of, but now it's in red at least. If you're using a red defense combo, that's cool. And 380, not the best ratchet, but definitely usable in deck. If you already have 360 and you want to run another 3-sided ratchet, you could run this on your defense or stamina bays in red. And Leon Claw, the layer, is actually really good if you have the red 560 and the regular Leon Claw, so you can use the point off of that and make the full red combo, which is pretty cool. Plus, Leon Claw is just kind of cool to finally get a recolor of, so overall, would I recommend everything? Yes. Especially the storage case. As stupid as it sounds, the price tag makes sense when you see how good the quality is. So, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful day. Maple out.